Research of Lake Gyuma Tso in the region of Mountain Kailash. Northeast of Mountain Kailash, at a distance of 26 kilometers from it, there is the highest lake of this region, Gyuma Tso. During our expeditions, we visited this hard-to-reach lake at high altitude many times. The lake lies on one of the paths leading to the Sengek Khabab, the traditional source of the Indus River. On this picture you can see roads to Lake Gyuma Tso. Distance from the highway G219 to Lake Gyuma Tso, 38 kilometers. We analyzed a number of high-resolution satellite images of this region. The length of the lake is 11.9 kilometers. The lake has a specific elongated shape. It looks like a sword with a hilt pointed to Mountain Kailash. The length of the shoreline multiplied by an integer factor of 50,000 equals to the average diameter of the Sun. The geographical sources of the tributaries of the Indus, Longdhep and Mungjam, lies on the line connecting Mountain Kailash and Lake Gyuma. These sources are located at the same distance, about 6.6 kilometers, from the western and eastern ends of the lake. One river flows into the lake at the western side, and the second river flows from the lake at the eastern side. The line in the golden ratio of the geographical coordinates, which is interpreted as the longitude-latitude ratio, a golden rectangle phi 1.618, has an azimuth of 66 degrees. It passes through the Terdung Pass near Mountain Kailash and through the northeast shore of Lake Gyuma Tso. A satellite image of Lake Gyuma and Mountain Kailash. Special energy flows are present here on the day of summer solstice during sunrise. The azimuth of this sword-like lake corresponds to the azimuth of sunrise on the day of summer solstice. Despite the great distance from the Kailash, in good weather from a round platform, you can observe a sacred peak that begins to shine in the first rays of the rising sun. At this time, the surface of the lake is still dark and resembles a river carrying its water to the holy Kailash. The section formed by the shoreline of the elongated part of Lake Gyuma has azimuth of 67 red lines. This section can be crossed by a line, an azimuth of 71, connecting the source and mouth of two rivers, yellow line. We have found the following coincidences with some space objects. 1. The outer azimuths in this range are in line with the azimuth of the rise of two large star clusters, the Pleiades and Hyades, located in the constellation of Taurus. The Pleiades rise coincides with the sunrise at the time of the summer solstice. 2. The so-called center of the universe rises in the direction of Lake Gyuma, an azimuth of 61. The massif adjacent to Lake Gyuma has a semicircular shape with a circumference radius of 3,182 meters, which corresponds to the radius of the Earth, 6,370 kilometers, with a coefficient 2,000. During the expeditions, we studied the landscape of the shoreline of the lake and the mountain formation around it, as well as the flora and fauna of this region. Some photos from the road to the Gyuma Tso. Gyuma Pass. Also, it was a warm summer. The most part of the lake was covered with ice. Lake Gyuma is the largest lake, big size in region of Kailash. It's situated at 5,360 meters. Road to the Lake Gyuma. Near the Gyuma Pass. Lake Gyuma in September. Beautiful landscapes with a very strong energy. These are wild places. Here we found some wild yaks and wolves, but nomads come here quite rarely. Couple wild yaks. There is another elongated lake in the Kailash region, Gyuma Tso. It is at a distance of 23 kilometers from Mountain Kailash. The length of shoreline multiplied by an integer factor 100,000 equals to the average diameter of the Sun. One river flows into the lake at the eastern end, and the second river flows from the lake at the western end. The section formed by the shoreline of the elongated part of Lake Dugay has azimuths of 326 to 330 degrees. One river flows into the lake at the eastern end, and the second river flows from the lake at the western end. The azimuth between the source and mouth of these rivers is 330 degrees. In the direction of 329 degrees, that corresponds to direction of the elongated Lake Dugay, there is a western digression point of so-called apex of the ether wind. This azimuth is almost at 90 degrees to the azimuth of Lake Gyuma. As it was found by Professor Müller in the early 20th century, the apex of the ether wind is located in the constellation of Draco, in the air of the Zeta star. At a latitude of 31 degrees is always above the horizon and moves around the north pole of the ecliptic as the earth rotates. The azimuth of the western and eastern digression point of the ether wind apex are 329 and 31 respectively. The line of Lake Gyuma Tso runs near the center of a huge relief swastika, which is 129 kilometers away and formed by the river valleys and glaciers these rivers rise from. In this satellite image of mountainous air source of Mountain Kanlun Kangri in the Kailash region. These two lakes resonate with the sun and moon due to their resemblance in size. The shorelines of these lakes are twice as large as their lengths. The discovered relationships are another evidence of the assumption that the relief of this region was formed in the course of natural geographical process in line with a specific energy information matrix. Thank you for your attention.